Right.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for coming on here and talking cache adoption with us and sharing those cache highlights. That was really neat caches. I'm sad to hear that they're archived, but I'm glad to hear they existed.
They were a lot of fun. It's been fun chatting with you, and thanks for letting me derail things off into multis and everything else.
Oh, you know what? This derailing things is a constant occurrence with me. So, oh,
Me too. Fair enough.
yeah, I'm really bad about tangents, really bad about tangents, and I try to reel myself in, but I get really bad. And then when you have a guest that's prone to them, oh wow, it can go off in left field real quick.
We could just be here all night long.
We could. I actually my last interview I did, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I set it up for an hour like I always do because it's like hours a good block of time to block out, and it could be less or whatever.
Right.
We talked for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
11 o'clock at night my time, and it was like, oh dude, we gotta
I've had similar experiences with our podcast. Yeah.
like
Sometimes you
it's
just get going and you say, well, gosh, this was so much fun. Can you come back for another episode and we'll pick this up another time? Yeah.
yeah, it can be hard to find that cutoff point, and
Yeah.
but it just gets to be so much fun. Like my husband's not big into geocaching, so getting to talk to other people that geocache and hear their stories, because their experiences are of course so different because different areas, and they've been, they find different caches, they've been doing it different amounts of times. And when you also get people that understand the whole podcast part too, that it's like, oh,
Hmm.
that's a whole, it's like there's not many people I get to talk to that actually understand this stuff. It
And
can
we
be
had great
real
fun
really
having on our
fast.
podcast. We
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
It really can. But
Yeah, I
this
can
is,
relate. My wife is not a big geocacher either. She'll come along with me, but it's not her favorite thing. But just like we were saying, different people have different interests and different things. This summer, we found that she really does enjoy adventure labs. So we have
oh, nice.
done a lot more adventure labs than geocaches, and we've had some great experiences and great memories, especially since we just moved to the area. They've taken us to some places like geocaches do that I may not have
Yeah.
seen or may not have come to. So that was been great.
Yeah, I found my husband, if we do an adventure lab or a virtual, there's usually something a bit more in it for him because it's usually an interesting place
Sure.
versus just finding another, you know, key box or lock and
Yeah.
lock under something. So he did actually say though he was looking at the geocaching app. My son has his own account. We just use that on my husband's phone so that he can help navigate too instead of trying to sign in and out on the same app. And
Right.
my husband was looking at it one day and he's like, how come we've never tried any of these deep wood geocaches? These look interesting. I'm like, you realize our like, have you thought about this with our 8-year old and what he does, and you want to go
Yeah.
on an hour-long hike? And okay, yeah, let's see how well that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's interested in that, so I was like, well,
That's good.
maybe we find a sitter for that day if it's going to be a really long hike, or we'll figure
And
that out.
maybe you can map out a few of them all in one area and hit 3 or 4 caches while you're out that far, depending on how much of a
Yeah,
hike it is.
yeah, well, we'll see. He's like, well, we should try that sometime. I'm like, okay, well, try to schedule that in somewhere with
Yeah.
everything else going on.
Yeah. By all means, if he's interested, that
Yeah,
take
yeah,
advantage of that.
yeah. So gotta try to figure that one out. My son also wants to try to hunt for Bigfoot. He's really into
Well, you
Bigfoot right now. So I'm like,
need
okay,
to come
maybe we
visit the
can combine
Northwest.
these two. I know, right? I'm like, oh, maybe we can combine hunting for Bigfoot and getting a geocache. And
You never know.
you never know.
Bigfoot might be a geocacher.
You never know. uh, he was so excited about Bigfoot that on Amazon they have these little kids kits. It's like a Bigfoot research kit, and it had little evidence bags and flags and guidebook and stuff. So amazing what you can find on Amazon.
There you go. Maybe he'll be the one to find Bigfoot.
We'll see, maybe.